By the start of the 1990s, the Troubles had been going on for more than 20 years. More than 3,000 people had been killed, thousands had been imprisoned. The scars were countless. The IRA was as far away from its goal as when it started, but still asserted its right to wage war.
There's been strong condemnation of the IRA bomb attacks in Northern Ireland in which 6 soldiers were killed. And in the past half hour, another body has been found at the scene of one of the bomb attacks in Londonderry.
That October, the IRA added to the toll by bombing 2 army checkpoints on the Irish border. 6 soldiers were killed, 5 of them here on the Derry-Donegal frontier. The youngest was 19.
4 masked men took Patsy Gillespie from his home in a nearby housing estate while his family were held captive. It's understood he was forced to drive the bomb right into the checkpoint.
Father of 3, Patsy Gillespie was a civilian cook at an army base in Derry. In the IRA's eyes, a collaborator.
They took Patsy away at midnight. They let him into the living room to say goodbye to us. And I was sitting in the armchair with Jennifer and my knee. And he put his arms around us and says, "Don't worry, girl, everything will be all right. I'll be home soon."
Forcing civilians to deliver bombs wasn't new. Normally, they escaped injury. Patsy Gillespie himself had been forced to drive a bomb before, but this time was different. This bomb was designed to kill him alongside any soldiers.
The van contained, to my knowledge, 1,200 pounds of explosives, and Patsy was chained to the van. So he must have known then, I'm chained, I'm not going to get out of here.
Her husband did shout a warning to the soldiers at the Coshquin checkpoint, but it was too late.
I said to the detectives when we went to the mortuary at Galvin, "Are we going to identify the body now?" And he said, "Coffin's closed, Kelvin." And that's when I thought, something not right here. Patsy was identified by a piece of flesh which was found attached to a part of a grey zip of the cardigan he was wearing when they took him away.
The IRA had made Patsy Gillespie into a human bomb. It remains one of the most shocking attacks of the Troubles. Some in the IRA shared the public revulsion at the tactic.
It's a war crime. I mean, that's what it is. Let's call it what it is. I don't believe the volunteers are responsible or are war criminals, but the people that authorised it are. Fortunately, it stopped after, I think, 2 or 3 attempts. But it was an appalling thing to do. And it's a war crime in anybody's book.
But many, if not most, in the IRA saw the human bomb as a successful operation. In their terms, Patsy Gillespie's job, feeding soldiers, made him a legitimate target. A senior member of the IRA justified the new tactic, speaking to a documentary team. An actor spoke his words.
When you speak of the attacks at Coshquin, the attacks at Newry, were collaborators who were actively assisting the maintenance and supply of British terrorism in Ireland.
Martin McGuinness, with a public face as a senior politician in Sinn Féin, the IRA's political wing, spoke to a Dutch reporter at the time.
The people who have been targeted by the IRA are themselves making a conscious political decision to take the British side in the conflict.
So you see this as a justifiable punishment for human bombs?
Well, the IRA see it as I mean, it's not my job, it's not my responsibility to justify what the IRA does. I understand the reasons why it happens.
Martin McGuinness had every reason to understand why it happened. At that very moment, he led the IRA's Northern Command, which organised the human bomb attacks. And yet, that very same month, McGuinness, the unapologetic advocate of the IRA's war, was talking with an officer from British intelligence, talking about how the conflict could be ended. The 3-hour meeting took place at this house in Derry, just a few miles from where Patsy Gillespie and the 5 soldiers were killed. Few knew the meeting was happening, and with good reason. This was the first direct contact between the British and the IRA since 1976, an indication that both sides knew there could not be a military resolution to the conflict. The Troubles had come to a stalemate.